understanding the miracle of America, which is to bring people from all walks of life, from so many different cultures, and to create a system that allows anybody from anywhere to thrive, that is a miracle. That is a miracle that has not been repeated anywhere else in the world at the level that America has achieved it. And I think that people like us have a unique opportunity to help the next generation of Americans truly understand the privilege that they have to be born in this country and to have that mindset. But I feel like it's almost like an uphill battle because these kids are going to school and they're being told certain things in school and being told that the system is unfair and being told that, the only reason why socialism hasn't worked is because America meddled in somebody's business, right? You hear people say that about Cuba all the time. They're like, well, because of the embargo, that's why, Cuba didn't do so well, or and so on and so forth. What they don't realize is that a very important and crucial ingredient to any kind of economic system is trusting the people with freedom to make their own choices, even when in some cases those choices may not be the best for them, right? When you trust people to make choices for themselves, and then all you do is create an environment where those choices can lead to something better, then, a lot of people doing a lot of different things helps us grow something that would not have existed if you just started, with some kind of central plan. And one thing that I keep telling people is, if you have some ideas about how to change the country, the way that I judge any idea is to ask the question, can you implement this idea without affecting my freedom? And if the answer is no, then I know it's not going to be a long-term successful idea. Because anytime you infringe on somebody's freedom, you will get people who will rebel against that. And if they rebel against that, then you have to do something about those people who are rebelling. And it always ends badly. We've seen that in a lot of different places. And so America has something unique, and I feel like we need to shout it out from the rooftop to help the next generation realize what they have that a lot of places don't have today.
America is lacking one thing. The root of all this fault is also poverty, okay? Poverty, lower class, middle class. America lacks one thing, both in schools, but generally mindset that I noticed. We got lucky because we came here in our 20s. You were 19. You came from another country. I don't know your cultural folly, but I believe that personal finance is pretty similar outside of the US. Save some money, you never know what happens, and this kind of basic stuff. What here is just pure consumerism. When I read the statistics of 60% of Americans don't have $1,000 for emergency expense, then it makes sense that people think a certain way. They're not being taught, they're just being taught to consume. They use credit cards like it's monopoly money, and then you wake up at the age of 30 with $50,000 in debt with nothing on your name. So you start thinking different ways. I believe that if you teach that side, many people start thinking differently in the next couple of generations. Because wealth is the root of many issues, especially in America.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks to say it because you're giving the responsibility over money, but it's true. Like, we can say that money is the devil, but economy plays a role in this, big role in this.
I like the fact, I think you, a few minutes ago, made a point that I think is very interesting, which is the idea that we live in the Amazon economy, where a lot of our young ones are growing up expecting that things will just happen overnight, right? They're expecting that because I can push a button, and in some cases, I can get something to be shipped to me on the same day that I push the button, right? They have this kind of imagination about reality that is not true. And a lot of people find it very difficult when they hit certain obstacles to realize, how to persevere and keep going. And for someone like me, it took me 18 years to become an American citizen. And every single day, I had to wake up and tell myself, look forward, just put one foot ahead of the next. Just keep going, don't give up. You know, I know people who came here and had it a little difficult and decided to go back, right? Because they were like, it's not happening for me here, and they just gave up and went back. But I said, I'm going to be here, I'm going to pay my dues. And I know I wish the immigration system was much faster and better, but I'm going to put one foot ahead of the other every single day until I get to my destination. And I look back and I say, right now I can look at myself and say, I have achieved the American dream. And yet, I still have the desire to keep moving forward.